Hello and welcome back to a new video. My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, and today I'm going to show you how I make a cute little 3-pocket flipbook. Now, before I start this video, I do have to say a couple of things. First of all is that I filmed this back in summer, so this is still with my old tripod. In my newer videos we have a real overhead view, but this is still my old tripod, so you still have that tilted angle, but I hope that is okay. This is, as far as I'm aware, the last video that has that weird angle. Second thing I want to say is, if you do not yet follow me on Instagram, don't forget to do so. I will link everything down below. Then, as this video started, you saw me do a random number draw, which went very quickly, and I picked number 14, and then you saw me pick the envelope that was number 14 in the to reply pile. So that is the envelope that this mail went to a few months ago. Now, because I'm doing this kind of like I don't have any measurements, I first picked that beautiful floral paper that you saw on the right, but then I didn't like the way I folded it, so I just decided to pick a different paper and then divide that into 3. Hello little kitty Sage. I have some clips in store for you. When I was editing this video I was laughing so hard. That's my little kitten. She's a little bit bigger now because I filmed this a couple months ago, but she's going to do some funny things in this video, but also be very, very annoying. But basically I divided the paper into 3, and I made that the page most on the right a little bit smaller, because otherwise I cannot fold it nicely. So the page on the left and the one in the middle are the same size, and then the one on the right is slightly smaller, just so that you can, otherwise you're gonna have trouble folding it. And now I'm using Distress Oxide to kind of make the background a little bit nicer, because this is single-sided paper and I did not want to make it too bulky by putting paper on the other side as well. I decided to use my Distress Oxides to kind of match the colors of the front, which is pink and orange. I decided to use my pink and orange Distress Oxides, and I'm going to link everything that I've used in the description box down below as well. I'm so sorry I don't have measurements for any of this, but just eyeball it as I did and you'll be totally fine. I think the paper I used is 12 by 6 inches or 30 centimeters by 15 if I'm not mistaken. So all I did is I folded the bottom, like the bottom, what would it be, like a quarter of the bottom up to create the pockets, and then I trimmed a teeny tiny sliver off of those pockets as well, because if I could have also not cut into the bottom, but then it would have been hard to once again fold the flipbook. By cutting out those tiny slivers of paper, you allow a little bit of wiggle room. I don't have no clue if that makes sense, but yeah, that's basically what I did. And then I distressed, of course, the background. I sprayed it with some water to make the Distress Oxides react, because they react to water. And now I'm going to make a shaker front. For this shaker front, I die cut those flower circles. I have no clue what to call it. And then that white paper that I also cut for the background, no, for the shaker front. I'm not making a whole lot of sense today, but I hope I'm getting through this video. That is actually tracing paper. So it's not vellum, it's tracing paper, which is a very budget-friendly alternative to vellum. So it's tracing paper, Dutch cheese. I bought this at HEMA. I have no clue what it's called in Dutch, but it's tracing paper, and it looks very fun if you turn that into a shaker. So what I'm doing is I'm basically mixing a whole lot of orange and pink and white sequins, and then I'm going to stick that sort of frame window on top of that, so that you get some sort of a shaker without using the plastic, or without using the fuse tool. So if you don't have a fuse tool, this is how you can make a shaker. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this, but the idea for this flipbook, actually I made something similar to this before I made this video. I basically made a flipbook with 3 pockets, and I liked it so much I thought I wanted to turn that into a tutorial, because we all need more flat mail ideas, and this is great for some flat mail. So I decided to turn it into a tutorial. But the first version, like the previous version I made of this, you can find in last Tuesday's video, which was one of those showing you all my outgoing mail videos, and that is where you can see the first like the first version I made of this, and then I made it again for this one. And I'm basically, the only reason why I'm using washi tape on the back of the pockets is because this paper is very pretty, but it's so thick it was kind of cracking up. So that doesn't look so pretty. So I just added washi tape to kind of keep the paper together. And then my idea was to use those Project Life cards as a background, but sadly the one pocket I made is slightly too narrow for Project Life cards, so I'm just trimming off very little slivers of the Project Life cards until they actually fit into that third pocket, because like I said, the third pocket is slightly smaller. So that is what I did. I'm using that as background together with the Distress Oxides. I think this is nearly the moment where my cat is going to do something. I remember editing it and I showed it to my boyfriend and he laughed so hard. Like, crafting with cats, you will see, crafting with cats is not easy. But I have all of these die cuts that I cut from similar colored paper, such as that hello and those 2 layered flowers I made. That's one of my favorite things to use, little flower die cuts. And then I also have my little basket of washi tape samples on the left, and I used some washi tapes in similar colors to decorate as well. Now those little dots I have on the right, I received from Ellen from Iedere Dag Een Beetje Meer, who kindly sent me those because I was actually looking for them. Kitty Merriment. Goodbye die cut. And then you see me struggling with her. This is not cat abuse, but she would have eaten the die cut. She will literally eat everything. So naturally I couldn't save the hello anymore, but I had to grab it from her because she eats everything. The other day she ate a Band-Aid. Like, what cat? And I know it will come out the other way, but it's she stresses me out so much just because she keeps doing things like that. So that's why I had to get it from her little mouth. But yeah, did you see that? That is what happens nearly on a daily basis, because she loves to sleep on my lap when I'm crafting, which is very, very fun, but also tricky when you have little elements that she likes to steal and eat. So I made a new die cut from a scrap piece of paper. That scrap piece of paper also had Distress Oxide on it, which I used to make a tag, like a mixed media tag. And I had that left, and then it gives this very cool ombre look of the Distress Oxides and the still white paper. So now I have a very cool looking hello. Kind of the same idea, but not broken by my cat. And then of course some dots. The yellow, green and pink ones are from Aliexpress from a long time ago. Now I'm going to decorate the inside and find some matching goodies. I have some La Papier letter writing paper that matches the colors perfectly because it's also pink and orange. I have to admit I never liked orange, probably because I've seen too much of it in my childhood, because both my dad and my grandparents love orange. So I kind of naturally grew to dislike it, but this color combination, I have to admit, might be one of my favorites. This might be one of my favorite projects I have done on this channel, not gonna lie. And to find things that match so perfectly, that just brings me a level of joy I cannot explain. So yeah, I found the La Papier letter writing paper. I have a lot of unboxings from La Papier on my channel if you want to check them out. I also know, because I have a mailbox notification system, basically our mail system has an app. Yes, Dutchies, if you didn't know this yet, PostNL has an app and you can put in your address and then they'll send you a picture if you receive new mail. And I received a picture today stating that my La Papier pack of January is on its way. So yay, I'm gonna have another one of those videos up online very, very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you want to make sure you do not miss it. So I had that smile sticker, and I have those letter stickers. They are from Flow magazine. And then that is a box of tags I die cut, but I could not find a single tag that I liked, so I decided to just make a new one. And I'm also going to make a whole lot of tags that I'm going to gift in this Happy Mail as like little presents. So I'm basically just going to die cut a whole bunch of tags. Don't worry, I speed this up like 20 times so you don't have to watch me roll around multiple different papers through the machine. By the way, I already said it, but I'm going to link this little tool and everything else down below, except for the die tags because they're from Aliexpress. So yeah, as you can see, I spent quite some time die cutting a whole lot of tags. I'm going to use one to put on that page for decoration, and then I'm going to pick a lovely collection to put in one of the pockets as well. Just needed a sip of tea. I have some lovely green tea jasmine. I'm going to tell you something personal. I have a very dry mouth because I started new medication. Yay! Stop pill shaming, am I right? You may or may not know this, but due to my anxiety, I have been on antidepressants for very long. I had been on antidepressants for very long. Never really felt like it was quite doing the thing it was supposed to do because I still had crippling anxiety, and that medication was supposed to help me. So then when I quit my old job at the cat cafe, I decided to quit my medication as well, just to see if I could live without it. Turns out I couldn't, because I haven't been doing so great, which I've told you numerous times. So I actually went to the doctor's office last week and I got new medication. So yeah, I feel, part of me feels that it sucks because I want to be able to live without medication. Part of me is relieved because I have different medication now, and fingers crossed it's going to actually help me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I cannot imagine a life without anxiety anymore, but it will be such a relief. So yeah, a little bit of personal information there, but that's why I need a lot more tea these days, because one of the side effects of this medication is dry mouth, and I'm still hoping that it's gonna go away, but it might. The lady at the, what did you call that place again? The place where you pick up your pills. She told me that the dry mouth could last for the entirety of me using this medication. So, just gonna drink more tea, I guess. And the advice they give you, hello, where am I in this shot? Why am I not doing anything? I will be back, I promise. But the advice they give you for this medication is to take it at night because of the dry mouth, but because I work in a restaurant and I am usually home late, I decided to take it in the morning because I have no clue. Like, I could be home, I could be going to bed at different hours every day, so I don't think that's a good basis for medication. So, but we will have to wait and see. So I wanted to tell you that, not because I am fishing for attention, but because I know that a lot of people are helped by these stories, because I know that I'm not the only one taking medication. And I have, like, it's not like I tell everyone about it. It's not like I'm like, hey, my name is Vivian, I take medication when I meet someone new. But if it does come up, I don't think I would shy away from it. Like, my friends know, my family knows. It's not something I should be ashamed of. And a lot of people might not understand, but from telling my story, I've learned that most people, or actually a lot of people, do understand, which is crazy. I never would have thought that, but it's much more common than we all think. So stop pill shaming. No, I'm not saying any of you are pill shaming, but I'm trying to break a stigma, I guess. So yeah, there's my kitty again, viciously attacking everything that I move around on my table. Don't worry, I always try to make sure that my projects are free from cat hairs, but the only thing to completely prevent cat hairs in my projects would be to block my cats or to lock my cats out of my craft room. And I'm not doing that because they're just way too cozy to not have in my craft room. I mean, this is annoying, but it's also cute and it makes me very happy to have them around. So a little bit of a story about my medication there, and then about my cat, and then do I have anything else to tell you? Yeah, maybe. You know, since I'm telling you this anyway, I might as well tell you this. I'm also looking for, I think I've already mentioned this here or there, but I'm looking for a new therapist. Not a new, like I'm looking for therapy again, because I don't know. I feel like I could use a little more help. Okay, that's it for the mental health chit chat. In the background, you see me create a little baggie with sequins that, stupidly enough, never made it into this meal because I glued the envelope shut And then I saw this little baggie of sequins on my desk. So I'm sorry, but this went to someone else. I could have cut that out, but you know, I mean, we all make mistakes, and leaving something out of the mail, it's not the smartest thing I've ever done, but it's not the first time. And then, funnily enough, do you see those Be Happy stickers on the right? I think I might have received them from Beck, although, whoops, I am not actually entirely sure anymore, but they have the same flower pattern. Pink and orange flower pattern. I mean, that is perfect. So I decided to stick them in there as goodies as well. It's like meant to be. And now I'm just moving everything around until I can fit everything in there without the flipbook being super bulky. Because the goal of this video is to make something that is not super bulky. Don't worry, I'm also going to show you a slower version of this flipbook in a second, a more close-up version, but you know, just a quick little overview to show you everything that is inside. And like looking back at this, I know I say this for a lot of projects, but this is one of my favorite projects I've done so far. I actually love the color combination. I think it's a simple flipbook, that's for sure, but I think it's a perfect way. Oh, it says beautiful. I think it's a perfect way to send a couple cute little goodies and to make something personalized without having to sell an organ for postage. So I hope this gave you some ideas. I hope this gave you some inspiration. If it did, you know what to do. Post a picture on Instagram using #ThePaperLetterBlog. Okay, I just thought of something new I'm going to do. You're already seeing it on screen, but I'm going to use the #ThePaperLetterBlog pictures. I'm going to pick some every now and then, and I'm going to put them at the end of the video so that you guys can all see these incredible creations created by lovely people on the #ThePaperLetterBlog page. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you had fun. I will see you when I see you, and have an amazing day. Bye for now.